Here. Okay.
Okay, verstanden. Okay.
All right. All right. Okay, I'm just going to start with the intro and I'll edit everything. So
Yeah, sure.
hello everyone and welcome to yet another exciting episode of Universal You. I'm here with Aurena, who is a Starseed and a Seer, and she does a lot of great work to assist people in waking up with their activation. Hello, Aurena. Thank you for joining me.
Hi, how are you guys? Awesome to be here. Thank you.
This is really quite a spontaneous thing we're doing here, and I'm just gonna ask questions that just flow through me. So it's kind of gonna be a bit like a channeling session, and whatever comes out,
that's how it works.
it comes out. It's for the benefit of whoever resonates with it. So first of all, tell me about your journey as a starseed.
You have to ask more specific because it's huge. I cannot put this like in a short, like it's huge. Just like, yeah, make it like a bit more like.
All right. So when did you first realize that you were Arcturian Starseed? Let's start there. When did that realization happen? I know that
Yeah.
it can be a bit personal. You can whatever you feel comfortable sharing.
Sure. Let me just introduce myself so people know out there who I am. So I'm Aurena Fohler. I'm German, half Sri Lankan. I'm born in Germany, in Bavaria, you know, where the big white Disney castle is. It's real, it does exist, but Disney stole it from us. So I'm from that hood, you know, it's really beautiful, like a fairy tale. I'm a seer, I'm a starseed, I'm a holistic life coach, and I activate starseeds. That's what I do. I help people to remember who they are and where they come from. So I'm born with this. This is like people always say, "Oh, when did it start?" But I'm really born like this. I'm born into a family where my dad is from the World War. He was born 1929. Okay, so he was 50 when he got three of us. I have a brother and a sister, and me, I'm the sandwich baby smashed in between. So and then my mom is Sri Lankan and my dad is so cool. He was like 100 years ahead of time. He was living the life like he was inviting people from all over the world into our house, like Airbnb, which people now it's like a big thing, and he did it like that time. And I'm born 1980, so I'm 41 now. And he went and traveled the world knowing his wife is out there. Okay, so my mom is from Sri Lanka. She can't hear and speak, so she's mute, and we speak sign language at home. My dad cannot hear properly, but he can speak, like he could speak 6 languages. I have no idea how he did it, but he was really smart, and he had pictures all over the house. Like, you know, Germany is like this black and gray and brown, and he had like his fence was green and purple, and our walls in the house were blue and purple. And everyone thought we had this crazy family, but he was just so way ahead of time, that's all. And he had pictures of Egypt, and I don't know, I always feel he had this some maybe Freemason energy in him. I have no idea, I don't know, but he had knowledge which I still today I don't know where he got this from. I just think he's a very old soul. And so when I was born, I was always connected to source. I always knew who I am, but people around me didn't know who I am. So we starseed, it's like we're always facing people around us, and then it's like, I know who I am. Why don't you know who I am?
I can totally relate to that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like you know what other people feel and think, and then you just, of course, you step back if it's not nice because you don't want to be with people they don't have nice thoughts, and then people wonder, oh, they're always outsiders, but we're not outsiders. We choose to be outsiders because we don't want to be involved into something which is not heart connected, right? I mean, come on. It's like we are being healthy, that's all.
Yes, I totally
So,
agree.
yeah. And how did I know I'm Arcturian? That's actually crazy. That was a time that was before Dolores Cannon, and we hardly didn't have internet. It was in, I think, 2000 and maybe, I think 2012. I'm not too sure, maybe earlier. And I traveled the world. I was 7 years in India, Sri Lanka, Nigeria, and then I came back to Germany because my dad passed away, and then my mom was there, and my sister moved out, and then I felt so lonely and I cried. I was reading this book about children who have the abilities like, X-Men and the jumper, and when they can just go through walls, and I just cried, and I said, if I have abilities and I know I'm just starting, where are the others? Where are I cried. I was like, I really need to connect. And then I don't know, a few days later, or a few weeks later, I don't know, it was in this process. And then I had a dream, and then there was, I always have this master, or like people, like that guy or woman in my dream, they always talk to me. So then I saw this old man with a white beard in the jungle, and he's like, Agthe, you're not just from Venus and Sirius, you're from Atreus. And I woke up and I'm like, what, Atreus? Because I'm German, but I dream in English sometimes, right? So then I started Googling. I mean, you have to do the laptop and it's all slow. And I'm like, okay, what's an Atreus? That was like a plant, like a house where you plant greens. I was like, I'm not from a garden or something.
Yeah.
Then I was like looking, there's the movie, The Unendless Story, it's like from Michael Ende with the dragon, Fohler.
Yes, I know
And
that.
then, and you look like that guy, you look like Sebastian, you remind me of him.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
And then I was thinking, I'm Atreus? I said, no, I'm not Atreus. And then I was searching for stars and planets. Then I found something very tiny, but there was no information. And then I had to wait a couple of years. And then I found one woman in Germany. She said she's from Arcturians. And I'm like, oh my God. Then I spoke to her. And she had some insights, which I naturally did when I do work, healing work with people. Yes, I work also with children. And then many years later, now only, like last year when COVID started, this Dolores Cannon stuff and all that came up. And my friend Michael, he did a movie with Dolores Cannon. It's called The Three Magic Words. And he invited me to Portland in USA like 3 years ago. And then we did a little small interview, and that's when I heard about Dolores Cannon. And then I was like, oh my God. And even Edgar Casey, he was talking about Arcturians like a long time ago, but I didn't know those things. And then I just started the group, like the Facebook group Arcturians. And that's how it started. And now we're almost 250,000 people, which is, it's growing like, yeah.
Wow, that is incredible. That is so much more than I could have ever hoped to receive from asking that question. My goodness. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So what I'm getting from that is that you kind of came in as Arcturian Starseed, very high consciousness, born that way, and it's amazing that you had such a supportive family to just nurture that in you. It's incredible. And then the fact that you came into that awareness when you did is also quite fascinating. I would like to ask, did you did you find that your abilities were enhanced by just the presence of your father, who seems to be a very big influence in your life? I guess what I'm asking is, does your family contribute in a way to your innate psychic ability? And then I'll ask a few more questions, just out of curiosity.
Yeah, sure. You ask anything, please. I really want to share who I am because people need that. People need real stories and not. I have to add that I just went here in Rio de Janeiro to this huge rave party. And yes, I go crazy, but not because I take drugs or substances. I never took, I will never, I don't take ayahuasca, and I can say this because, okay, I always tell people, shut up if you don't travel, shut up if you don't meet the real deal. shut up if you just read a book and you don't know what's going out on the world. I travel a lot. You can follow my Instagram, you can watch my YouTube channel, Aurena International, not to promote myself, to see what's real. I'm with poor people. I was here in the favelas. I'm with rich people. I'm with politicians. I know what's going on, and I'm always myself. I don't take money for that. They see who I am for some reason, and they appreciate me, and they give me a home, and they're family to me.
Mm.
And I have met people in Peru. I was with real local healers, real ones, not just who want to make money and do advertising. I meet them because I'm guided to them. And even they said, even here in the Amazonas, they said they feel abused, they feel violated, how people abuse the medicine plants out there in the world. And they said, if you don't use it the right way, you can get dementia. I didn't know that. He told me, and I was shocked. I was like, wow, it makes so much sense. And I can see energies, and I look at people who take ayahuasca the wrong way, and they talk about it and they make it a hype, and they say, oh, I'm doing this and you should do this, and they have black eyes. There's no light in them. It's like they have left the body, and that's the reason they get visions and stuff, because they have left the body and the soul is in some realm between, and it's not healthy, it's not good. You can be psychic anytime you want, anywhere you want, just by being yourself. And that's the reason I do activations, to teach people how they be on themselves, by themselves, following their own rhythm of life anytime they want. This is a real starseed. We're here, we're incarnated masters, we are Arcturians. We come here to teach others how to live the life, and not to adapt something to something we are not. How do you want to be a starseed if you fall into this thing of what people say in this world, which is not even real? Seriously, look at people's energy, look at how they live, look at their authenticity, or whatever that's called. It's so important. So no, my family did not support me. And that's the truth, because I grew up in an environment where the German people didn't like my color. And for some reason, they were always scared of me, because they could feel I have this very different energy, and I'm very different in the way I think, the way I talk, the way I'm blunt. I just say how it is. I was just dating a guy, and he's like, Agthe, you cannot say stupid. Agthe, you cannot say fuck off. And I say, yeah, I can say fuck off, because this is how I feel right now. And you cannot tell me what to say and not to say. If I'm angry, I'm angry. I need to release that. I don't want to suppress it and feel like I'm in a cradle. It has to get out. It has to come out. And he doesn't understand that, but I can see that he does live in a cage. And it makes me feel claustrophobic, because I don't want to feel like he feels.
Mm.
And my mom, she, like, I'm laughing because it's really funny. I mean, she is born and brought up in Sri Lanka, in this very traditional, like Buddhistic family, and then where women don't have male friends, and then they get married when they want to be with a guy. And I'm like this crazy girl chicken who runs around and goes party and dancing. And I have male friends. I have more male friends than female friends, because I love adventure. I love to jump from a cliff, and I go to the Amazonas, and I sleep there in a hammock with the mosquito net. And I was with 6 guys out there, and there were no women. And I was like, what happened to the real women out there? So my friends call me the Amazona, the women who like get out there and fight.
Yeah.
So, and I think in a way it made me who I am, because my family understood only who I am when my dad passed away. So yeah, he's the big key to who I am, because when he passed away, I did palliative care for 3 years. So that means you are with people who are in the dying process. And I did this on a charity base to support them, because I figured out I have the kind of a mediumship and psychic ability. Like, I can see souls and when they transit, and I can help them with that. And I can talk to them. And I was so just to be real, I was really scared for 1 year. I had even nose bleeding, and I never have those things. because I was so scared of the spirits, of all the rumors and the stories out there that it's so scary. And then I realized, oh my God, they're so beautiful. Like a spirit who passed away, even if they need help and they're around, you can tell them how they should look like. If they're scary to you, you tell them. Like being a doctor, they have to wait in the waiting room. You can tell them and say, you have to wait till I'm ready to talk to you. And for them, time has no, you know, if you need 1 month, it's okay, because for them, time doesn't play a big role. But you should do it, because if you have the gift to help them, goddamn, seriously, if you can do it. So then they came and they were so funny, and I started laughing, and then the fear went away. And then I realized, okay, I can help people who have this gift to teach them how to talk to them. And my dad was really sick. And I went from one doctor to the other, and I told all the doctors, I said, please, I know he's not well. And everyone thought I'm crazy. And one day he just fell down on the ground, and we had to call the ambulance. And then they found 3 things, and none of the doctors where I went to, they found anything. It's so weird. And then my family, my brother and my sister, they're like, okay, there's something to it. And then the moment my dad passed away, I always was there before everyone else was there, because he was sending me dreams. I would know what's going on. I heard really strong male voice. I don't know if it was him or a guide. And I was always prepared. I was always ahead of time, because I got the information. So if I do sessions and whatever I see and do, I know it's true, even though the client says it's not, because mostly they come late and say, Agthe, now I remember, it was true, you were right. And I say, I don't want to be right. It's just about, you need to understand what's going on so you can change it. Healing is change. Are you ready for the change? So yes, my dad made a big impact about that, trusting in my abilities. Yes.
Wow. It sounds like a really big part of your work is facilitating transition, be it people who are moving into the next phase of life or like awakening star seeds. That's incredible. And it seems like your dad did become kind of a spirit guide, which leads me to my next question. Do you have a sort of collection of spirit guides, of higher vibrational light beings who give you guidance? It could be the Arcturians. I know you said that maybe you thought you got that guidance from the Arcturians, but do you channel that sort of information from light beings into your work often? I'm very curious to hear about that.
I just want to add something. I really love your energy. Thank you so much for having me here. I feel like crying because your heart is open, and it's good, because when people have their hearts closed and they're in their head, I get really headache, and it's just thank you. It's like,
Oh,
yeah.
thank you, thank you. The what you're sharing now is it's a lot. It's quite emotional, and I appreciate that. I'm sure that people listening to this will benefit from it greatly. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw this movie. Please watch it if you can. It just got released. We went to the movie theater after 1.5 years, 2 days ago. It was about dragons. And I was looking and thinking, women are so much in charge of how a male person is, like how a man, a boy, the son is. Women always complain about men in the world and say, oh, men are this, men. No, men are wonderful. I mean, look at you. It's that, yes, males' heart have become shut down a lot, and it's a lot about power
Mm,
over women,
mm,
because women have forgotten who they are. And in that movie, it was like this guy was so much in love with the woman that they gave birth to a boy and a girl, and the man his heart was open. And then I realized the future children, they're full of love, and we are making a change on this planet by being who we are, not by trying to fit in. Never ever try to fit in. We are not soldiers. We are light warriors, and that means we bring love and peace to the world. That's what we do. And that movie was about a dragon. And yes, I think I have millions and billions of nature beings and guides and I don't even know, because I think I'm very unique, but I had to realize it. I didn't know how special I am, in a way that I'm not better than anyone, okay? But I'm very special in my unique ability to help for my mission, because you have your special ability in your mission, and everyone out there has a special, unique ability. So we are all special. But I'm special in what I do, and what I do is I connect worlds. I'm still have to learn, like the head and the heart, and in between the connection is the throat, the heart, the throat chakra. So it's about communicating, and I speak the light language, and um, I I I connect Earth and other realms, even inner Earth, and different planets and past lives. And I mean, there's so much in me which sometimes it's confusing, but it's getting embraced. But all the countries where I travel, like Brazil here, is like, it's so much about the male, healing the male energy and healing it's like the retrograde Chiron. And I call him Jesus Christ Superstar, which is like the Jesus statue, you know, like here in Rio de Janeiro. So it's really about collective work. I really work a lot with the ley lines. So it is the dragon energy. I love the fairies. Aurena means the queen of fairies. And it's about bringing love and light to the heart of the people. That's what I do. And yeah, I have so many spirits around me who help me. I could not do this on my own, because humanity, most of the times, they're struggling to help me because they don't understand who I am. But yeah, but I'm never alone. I have always family around me.
Wow, that is incredible. I can see that you do more than just facilitate transition with individual people, but also collectively for the entire planet and all of its inhabitants. I see that with so many star seeds nowadays, it's that unique work that you have, that expression that you came here to express, and how that impacts just everything, the whole planet. And I'm definitely noticing a sort of a harmonizing between the masculine and the feminine energies on this planet. It was rather imbalanced for a very long time, but I think if this conversation is a testament to that, that there's definitely a harmonizing happening, a sort of a unity consciousness coming through, which I quite enjoy. And
Yeah.
it's incredible that your work is a part of that, and that you realize that not many people are aware that that's what they're doing, but the fact that you're fully conscious of the impact that you're having.
I know what I'm doing. I always tell people when they say, oh, I had one woman and she messaged me, she said, oh, this is how you make money to support your travel. And I'm like, girl, I was traveling the world. You were not even pooping in your pants. Because I'm supposed to do that. This is what I do. And I blocked her because I don't need that crap, you know. I got really upset when she said, but then I had to remember myself and say, hey, I always traveled because I got money from total strangers giving me tickets. Went online. I got really cheap tickets because that's what I'm supposed to do. The universe turns around to help you in your process. That's what happened. So yes, I work online, and yes, I take money because we should do that. Money is energy. And if you have issues with money, you don't blame the other person. You don't blame the system. You look at yourself, you blame yourself. I'm sorry to say it in a bad way, but look at yourself and say, hey, how do I think about money? How do I think about abundance? How do I think about loving myself? Don't I deserve to have money to travel or to live the life I want? Yes, but it's your choice how to use the money, right? I worked hard. I really did a lot of healing on myself. I don't just heal others and say, you know, you stink, take a shower, and I'm like bathed in mud. I do my work, you know? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, having money is a big part of spirituality, and people don't realize that. It's kind of a proof of prosperity. It's
Yes. Yes,
energy you need to do what you need to do. And I can tell that
yes,
travel is a really big part of what you're doing. And I'm certain that everybody who's ever been in your presence, much like I am now, can actually feel the positive impact that you have on people. So yeah, of
yeah.
course.
And I also want to say, I don't have a car. I sold it. I don't have a house. I have homes wherever I go, but that's my priority. So we all, if you choose to have an expensive car, it's your choice, but you can use that money and get massages or travel. And I also want to say, we are not here that everyone does the same. If you like to be in one place, it's great. I admire you because I'm the one who travels a lot, and not everyone is supposed to travel. So if you are happy with what you are and who you are and where you are, then please just stick up to yourself. You don't have to be like someone else who travels, right? Yeah.
Yes, totally. I agree. A big part of what we're discussing now is it just comes down to loving and accepting yourself and
Yeah.
understanding that that's how you make the reality that you are most comfortable in, that you're most prosperous in, just by loving yourself and
Yes.
understanding that that changes everything. It really does. And I'm definitely getting that energy from you, which is incredible. Yes, I should probably ask you some more questions.
Sure.
So I did a little bit of research. I was hoping to do more research, but you have a website where you provide very interesting services to people, and I was wondering
Yeah,
if
I saw you coming online before it was written South Africa, and I said, there must be you.
yes, I thought, I need more information before we do this. So it's
Sure.
fascinating that you do that. And I'm particularly interested in the starseed activations because a
Mhm.
lot of starseeds have to wake up kind of on their own and it can be a bit tricky and sometimes a little bit lonely. So I'm very intrigued by that service you provide. I find it fascinating.
Yeah. Um, like all the services I provide, they came. Uh, it's like I did this mastership activation. It came through me, and I cried for 2 3 weeks because it was so intense, the energy when I got it, and it was it was blissful. It was emotional. It was everything, and I'm like, what the heck I'm doing here? I don't even. It was like it was sometimes it's like too much for your mind to you just have to let it flow because this is the only way how it gets into your system.
Yeah.
And then so the Starseed activation, I really made it. It's a 4-week course, okay? But I'm telling you right away, if you're not ready for change, please don't come to me. If you're not ready to trust me, stay away. Because this activation is for people who want to stay on their own feet, not to follow me, not to do techniques I do, because you cannot copy them, because sometimes I don't know what I do myself, because it just comes and flows through me. The Starseed activation is a course where we work on body, mind, and soul. This life, past lives, other dimensions. And the starseed activation is we are really high frequent souls. Before coming to Earth, when we incarnated, just imagine you come from a really high vibrational planet, let's say Arcturus, Venus, Sirius, Lyra. We come from source. It's really high frequent, but Earth is very dense and low frequent. Okay, it's getting higher, but it is still low frequent compared to the source energy, which is high frequent and really fast. And then we have this dense body, which is very slow moving. Okay, that's the atoms. So now to incarnate on Earth, we have different layers, like we call it the atmosphere, the Ozone, I don't know in German, in English. So we have different atmospheres, different layers. Every time we go through one of those layers, it's like a rocket. When it shoots, it gets rid of the heavy part, right? So it's the other way around. The high frequent parts fall away, which are unique abilities which we have, and then we can incarnate to get incarnated into the body of the mother, right? Then we connect with the energies and cell frequencies and cell memory of the father and the mother. And that's how people talk about karma. We don't have karma. We just connect with it. So we have a certain programming so we can incarnate on earth. That's what we starseeds do. So yes, we are free of karma, but in a way we are having it so to help the collective to release that pattern so that we can release that heaviness and then bring back the high frequency soul parts into our selves, which is our unique abilities of psychic abilities and power and whatever. So what I do is I will release blockages with you and I will let you do it. I will just give you the space that you can have the energy and the peace of mind to do it yourself. So this is what I protect you in a way. I'll give you the hand when you're like a little child starting to walk. And then when I see how you can stand on your own feet, I let go and I stay next to you. And then I just walk away when you're ready, because then you can walk away and walk your path. So an activation is releasing old stuff, working also with the body. That means we are activating all glands. People always talk about one gland. We have 7, right? Remember, we have 7. All the glands are connected to the hormones. If someone has issues with hormones, it's because you have really major psychic abilities and you have to decalcify all your glands, not just one. And we work with those. So we do a kind of lifestyle change for 4 weeks. I will teach you things, supplements, herbs, natural herbs, not plant medicine, which you can integrate in your life, which will be benefiting your health. Okay. So we work with soul, spirit, body, glands, chakras, meridians, like we the whole thing. That's why I call it multidimensional.
Wow.
And then in the end, what happens is people start speaking the light languages. They recognize, they get dreams, visions, they remember where they're from. So I love to do that because it just helps people to be their authentic self, you know, and then they just walk away and then they can just be themselves. And that's amazing.
That is incredible. I need to take a few moments to just process everything I just heard. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, gosh.
And this is coming home, you know, this is like when people say, I want to go home. No, you're on earth. You don't want to die. You have to die to go home. You bring home to your body. This is like your body is your home, but you have to integrate what you lost, you know.
Yes,
It's
yes,
like when in the Bible, they say the lost son. Yeah, but what does it mean? The lost son is like a soul part, a soul fragment of you. Bring it back, you
yes.
know.
I've been saying for such a long time that a big part of Earth Ascension is the memories of star seeds just gradually surfacing into the conscious mind, and how when you let go of that personal stuff that doesn't serve you anymore, that program, that karmic pattern, your higher vibrational memories begin to surface. And for me, it's just, I've always considered it as a natural process, but here you are, and you're facilitating that inner transformation in people, and I find that incredible.
There's one more and 2 more information are important. Star seeds create codependencies because they want to connect with the hearts, but you have to learn to stand on your own in your own frequency so that 2 people come together connecting but not being in each other. You cannot be yourself if you're like in each other. You need to learn, this is me, this is me. Like we can do an exercise if you want right now. I
Yeah,
think this
sure.
is so. What you do is just close your eyes and breathe into your heart,
Okay.
and to feel me and to hear me and to connect with me, you can just, it goes from your heart. So breathe into your heart more, and bring the awareness back into your body. Like I'm 100% in my body. Real healing happens only when body, mind, and soul is one. Exactly. So again, I'm 100% in my body. And then what happens, sometimes people feel lonely or they feel alone, but you're not. Now expand yourself in your body and expand the heart energy in your body. Yes, awesome. More, make it more. It has to get out of your body. Yes. So, and then another layer comes the fear of being seen, because your light goes out and then people get attracted to you, and then you want to protect yourself. But remember, if you're fire, people can warm themselves, but they can burn themselves on you. So make that light really strong right now. More, way more, 10 times, 100 more, more. You can do more, 1,000 more, go higher. More, yes, okay, great. So that means this real starseeds can see you now. They can meet you. Your soul family can see you and meet you. Okay? But before they couldn't. And now they can. And the people with low vibration, they will stay more away from you because it's too bright for them. So it's actually really amazing. It's just that we have to keep training that, because we still do collective work. But you feel like more centered, you feel more complete, and you can meet your actually real family. And you feel it right now. And I didn't do anything. I didn't enter your system, because that is something which creates curses, that creates black magic. We don't want that. You stay in your energy. I stay in my energy. And you can see and feel the shifts. And I have not entered your system at all. I was just reading the vibration which is coming to me. That's all.
Wow.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Wow. That is something that I've been dealing with for a very long time.
I know. That's why we did that.
Wow.
Okay.
Thank you. Wow.
Welcome, Angel. Welcome.
I usually when I'm treating clients in my practice, I usually connect with them, and it's kind of this like I can see the person's energy and they can pick up on my energy. But the way you just did that was very, very interesting and very, it felt a lot more,
Freedom.
yeah, a lot more
Yeah.
safe. And
Yes, because you don't need to protect yourself, because I'm not a threat to you. And at the same time, you're different than me, and you can expand yourself without me interfering. So that is actually, this is real activation. This is not initiations. Initiations like Reiki, I'm a Reiki grandmaster. I don't practice it. I have done it since 2007, and I got it from different grandmasters. And I'm saying this because we starseeds, we don't need that crap, in a sense, because it's limiting you, because it's something you learn, a technique which everyone does, and this is not you. You need to be unique. You need to expand yourself the way you are. Yeah?
wow, yeah,
I'm not making it bad. It's just I'm saying for starseeds, it's not what we need,
yeah.
So.
You really have to take into account that person's unique energy and understand that the way that a person has a transformative experience is completely unique.
Yeah.
The way I have it is going to be different from the way you have it. And just being able to provide a space where that can happen is so important. Wow. I've learned so much in such a short amount of time. I can only thank you. I wish I could more to express my gratitude. Wow.
Well, I feel it. I feel it. Thank you.
Oh wow. Is there anything that you feel that you need to share at this time? Anything that just flows through you that you feel that you need to express?
Yeah. When I went to this huge rave party 2 days ago, and I was watching all the beautiful young people in this world. And I travel a lot, and now all the brave people, all brave souls are out there. They're out now. I just want to say COVID is people who get COVID. The funny thing is, we have colds, we have sickness, we have everything, but now everything disappeared and it's just only COVID. It's bullshit. People who die are supposed to die because it's their time. If the time has come, you die. That's what it is. If people die on COVID or whatever they call it, it's because it's connecting to fear. Yes, trust yourself if you don't want to go. It's like if you go to a different country, there's danger and there's good things. People say, oh, the favelas are so dangerous. Don't go there. I went there, I did capoeira. I was doing capoeira with the children. We had the best time. I was so happy. They were jumping around. I was jumping around, and it was amazing. And there's nothing. It's like, trust yourself. If you feel bad, don't do it. If you feel you have to do it no matter what. This is change. So when I was at this party, I saw all the people. It was so weird. They were even inhaling some funny, I don't know, substance. And I looked at them, I said, what is this? And then they said, oh, it's some, I don't know what drug, I forgot the name. And then it makes you high or something. And I looked at them and I was like, they were, the music was amazing and I was jumping around and I was like looking at them and they were like I call them robots because they were not really free in their movements and they were like kind of, yeah, like military robots. And then all of a sudden they played one Brazilian song. All of a sudden the whole heart energy opened up. They started moving and the energy started raising, increasing, and it went out into the whole universe. And I was like, I almost cried. It was so amazing. So it touched me. And then I just realized, no matter what, where you are, if you're trapped into something or not, music makes a big difference. Love makes a big difference. And just remember that even if people have been vaccinated, you can get rid of that and like detox yourself, please. There's so much rumor and crap out there. Not everything is COVID. If you're vaccinated, don't be a racist and still love them and integrate them in your life because they're still human. Because some people say, oh, if they are bringing dead and they die, what kind of starseed are you to discriminate another person they got vaccinated? But at the same time, if someone don't want to be vaccinated, let them be, for God's sake. What the heck is wrong with you people that you say Orions are evil, Alpha Draconians are evil? I know many Alpha Draconians and I love them because they're here now to open people's heart and to actually bring justice back to Earth because they know they have done bad. What the heck is wrong with you? Who are you to judge other people? Seriously, who are we that we can say you're bad and you're good? It's all in us. Remember, we are one, we are still unique, but it's none of our business to judge anyone. Yes, stay away from people who treat you bad, but at the same time, have healthy boundaries and connect with the people who are different to you and be open-minded. I'm here in Rio and I love the people because you know what they do? They just accept everyone. They accept black and white and gay and lesbian and hetero, and I love that about them. And I admire that and I look up to those people who have that strength to be who they are and to accept others for who they are. And yes, I look at humans sometimes, I look at their skin, I look at their bodies, and I always think they look so weird and I feel so weird with them. But yes, I can do it. I can be with the humans. And it's just, I see so many body shapes and everything, and it's just sometimes overwhelming. And I get triggered by being with like a lot of amount of people. But yeah, I'm learning, right? We are not perfect.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, that is such a beautiful perspective you have. Uh, the 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 Syrians, the Octorians, the Palladians, all of these light beings who have incarnated into this dimension of experience are of the mind that it's all one consciousness. The whole universe is one being, and all of these people around you are an aspect of your own consciousness ultimately. And a big part of love is just accepting that. It's very beautiful that you shared that, especially the thing about the draconians. I know some people who were from Mars in certain past lives, and it's so clear that that energy of separation is gone, and it's more about connection there. And just the fact that you expressed that makes it very, very clear. And wow, thank you so much. I had no idea what was going to come through, during this. I'm grateful for it. I really am.
Yeah, and one more thing, also remember we, before Lemuria and Atlantis, there have been other high civilizations on Earth connecting with other planar systems, inner Earth, and it's still there, and we are incarnating from that time. So when I do like healer activations, I call them priestess activations. It's exactly those people who have old healing abilities, and we are incarnating. It's just a cycle, and we're evolving again. It's nothing new. It's just now, and this time, it's just that Earth really wants to shift. Like, it wants to become one. And that's what they call twin flames. When they say, oh, my twin flame, don't go cuckoo about the twin flame, because just make sure you choose happiness and love, because you don't want to struggle with a person who's mean to you or runs away. You want to be happy, right? And you should give a damn shit who's your twin flame or not, because the real union is in you. The whole universe can shift around and bring a soul piece of fragment into another being, and that will be your twin flame. So don't go cuckoo about all those, how they call it, like, like commercial stuff. And yeah, just do your thing.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. There is a lot of commercial elements around certain spiritual and mystical practices, and I think a part of that is to make it all, I don't know, enchanting and glamorous. But when you get down to it, it's very sincere and it's very heart-centered, and it's just about raising your frequency and living in that vibration of love and accepting that with yourself. Yeah, I totally agree. um, yeah, I want to keep going, or I think we've got quite a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, we can do. I mean, if you like, we can still do another video if you want. Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna just do a sign off here, and then I'm gonna stop recording. All right. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching, everyone, and as always, love yourselves. Okay. Such a life-changing experience. It really was. Aurena, if you're watching this, thank you so much. To those of you interested in finding out more, check out aurenafuller.com and watch Aurena International on YouTube. There's also an incredible group on Facebook called Octorians. There are links in the description below. Please go find out more.